DjayPro Big BPM Transitions. I'm DJ Spiegel Spin, and in this video, we're going to talk about it. This is a topic that I love talking about because as DJs, BPM is very important because you can't mix two songs together that are different BPM and have them play at the same time. But we shouldn't let that hold us back from playing the songs we want to play at the times that we want to play them. So some songs have really high BPMs, 150. Some songs are all the way down in the 90s and even in the 80s. And it could be challenging to get from one BPM to another within the same DJ set. So I was very misguided when I first started DJing. I thought that when you were DJing, you had the BPMs had to be exact. Every mix had to be a perfect beat match mix. And if you weren't beat matching, you basically weren't DJing. And I've come to realize that that simply isn't true, and thinking like that will really hold you back and make you feel really limited and really cut off your creativity when you're DJing. I believe that as DJs, we should have the power to go from genre to genre, BPM to BPM. So in this video, we're going to talk about it. So the first transition that I'm going to teach you guys is one that I call the long stop. So basically, we're going to have two songs that are different BPM. One song is going to be a lot higher BPM, and the other song is going to be lower BPM. So for this example, I'm playing like a pop EDM song, and then I'm going to mix it into a really cool reggae beat that's a nice chill 98, and the EDM song is 128. So it's a big gap. If I press sync, yeah, it's a 30% gap. So for this, there's a couple of ways we could do it. And the first way that I'm going to show you is going to be specifically for DjayPro. And we are going to be using this button over here. This is sort of like a power button. What it does is it cuts off the power to the turntable. So the turntable was spinning, and now it's going to slowly come to a stop naturally, like how it would if you were playing a real record and you unplugged it or you just turned it off because it was spinning, and now it has to slow down. So that kind of woo, kind of slowing down sound is going to be what's going to make our transition into the next song. So I'll just show you guys what it sounds like. So if you see where my mouse is, it's this button here. There's a little glow on it. And here's what we're going to do. So you heard that kind of like woo type sound. So at the end of this song, we are going to just press that button, and as it comes down right before it ends, we're just going to play our next song, and it's going to be a nice smooth transition, and it's going to sound very professional just by pressing that one button. So here we go. So my mouse is over here, and we're going to play the song. And then that kind of sound led us into the chill reggae sound. And then when people hear it, they'll be like, oh, what's happened? It might sound like something, like you made a mistake or something got messed up. And then it just flows into the next song, and it sounds really professional. And it could sound even better if we add a little bit of an echo to it. So over here, if you look at where my mouse is, you press this button, and then we're going to go the echo. But we're not going to do that much echo. So on this over here, the wet and dry knob, we're just going to turn it so it's like 60% turned. So this is what it's going to sound like when the song ends. And it's going to be a little bit tricky if you're just using DjayPro without a controller, because we're going to have to press that button, and then we're going to have to flip over to the and turn the echo on, because there's no way to do it in the same screen, and the only place that we have that button is in the classic screen. So I'm just going to play it with the echo, and I'm not going to play the other song, just so you guys hear the difference if we add a little bit of an echo to it. So it extended it a little bit longer. So now I'm going to show you what happens when we do the transition. I think this time I'm going to put the echo on first and then press the button so we get more of an echo. So here we go. So the echo adds a little more drama and a little bit more of an effect to it, so that the noise carries over. You could also do this with reverb, or you could experiment with any of the other type of echoey or reverb effects that DjayPro has, because if you look over here down this list, DjayPro has so many different effects, and I made videos about almost all of them, so you guys can watch that and decide which effect you want to use. But now I'm going to show you another way how to do this effect, how to do this transition, and it will work if you're not using DjayPro, if you're using a different software, because I think every software offers this. But we're just going to go over here, the general, and then down here it's the start time and stop time. So this is how long it takes for the song to get going, or how long it takes for the song to end. So right now I have it at 0. So if you're playing a song, well, hold on. Turn off the echo. Let's try it again. As soon as you turn it off, then the sound ends. That's what I like to keep it on. But for this transition, what we're going to do is go over here to the general, and then we're going to go to stop time. So you have the option of going from 0 seconds, which I just showed you, all the way up to 5 seconds. I think the 5 seconds is a little bit too long, so I'm going to leave it at 2.5 seconds. So now we're going to do the same transition, but instead of pressing that button to do the transition, which is this button here, we're just going to press the play button off. All right, ready? So I think that one works a little bit better, but DjayPro gives us this power button, and in one of my videos about the features I never use, I said that I never used that feature, but this is one way that you could use it, by making a slow reduction of the BPM. So that's one way to go from a high BPM to a low BPM. So now another transition that you could do if you're going from one BPM to another, or you're going from one genre to another, because a lot of times different genres are different BPMs. What you could do to mix them together, if they're two different BPMs, is just don't mix at all. As a DJ, you don't always have to mix. You don't always have to beat match. You don't always have to perfectly blend the songs together. What you could do is hop on the microphone. Let's say it's a wedding, a Sweet 16 or something like that, and you play a hip-hop song, everyone loves it, everyone's going nuts, and then you feel like it's a good time to play a country song. So you could go, you take the microphone, let the song end, maybe add an echo, maybe do one of those, do a reduction like I just taught you, and then hop on the mic. You hop on the mic. All right, everybody, if you guys love that EDM song, check out this reggae song. And then it's a simple transition. This is how DJs in Jamaica do it when they're DJing reggae music or dancehall music. They use the microphone a lot. And I know not everybody is comfortable with the microphone. So if you're not comfortable using the microphone, what you can do is you could use a sample. So you could just use a sample like that. Or I pre-recorded, let's just go to pro mode. I pre-recorded some samples of my voice. So we go over here, and then we could do, I got this one. So if I was playing like a rap song or something, and then I wanted to switch over to Beyonce or Rihanna or something like that, I could use this one's for the ladies. Or you guys, if you're not comfortable recording your voice and putting it into the samples, what you could do is you could have someone from Fiverr, you could pay $5 or $10, and then they can make the sample for you, and then you could load it up into your sample packs, and then you could play that between the songs. So don't be trapped by the mixing, but that you have to mix everything and beat match everything, because at these parties, most of the people aren't going to care. If you're doing like, if you're at a club or a festival or something like that, if that's the kind of DJing you're doing, then you're probably going to have to stick to the same BPM and do BPM mixes. But if you're doing any other type of party, it's completely fine to just hop on the mic, say something, or use an effect, or use a sample. So another good effect that you could use is the air horn. So what we're going to do is, when the reggae song ends, we're going to do an air horn, and then at the other side of the air horn, the other song is going to play. So follow along. Here we go. And now when we use the air horn or some of the samples that are a little bit louder, we're going to be using this volume slider. So I don't suggest playing the air horn at full blast, which is this. I recommend doing something like this. Go in the middle and kind of fade it in. So that's what we're going to do. You guys could come up with your own way to do it, your own patterns, but definitely lower the volume to at least half for the first part of it. And here we go. So when this song comes to an end, we're going to do some air horns, and then once all the noise clears from the air horn, we're going to play the next song. Let's go back a little more. All right, here we go. We got a nice reggae song going. And now we're into the next song very smoothly and very easily. So I hope this helped you guys go from different BPMs from high to low. You could do the same thing from a low BPM to a high BPM, like how I taught you with the stop time. You could do the start time, and there's so many different ways. I'm going to make a part 2 and part 3 video because I believe that as a DJ, knowing how to get yourself out of situations where there's different BPMs and different genres is a very good tool to have. So if you like learning new stuff about DjayPro and DJing with the iPad and the future of DJing, subscribe to my channel. I'm DJ Spiegel Spin, and I make DJ videos every single day.